I would have took him that long, like. So.
But it's fucking Bobby. Everybody like, who doesn't like Bobby Lashley?
Who don't like Bobby Lashley? Some people that didn't like him at first.
Crystal Marshall.
Who?
I said Crystal Marshall.
His ex.
Who?
You remember Karen Obey? You look up? Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he had a son with her.
Yeah, he did.
I would have too if I was him.
He might have both of the kids. I know he does have. Well, we'll take this part out. I don't like to be talking about real personal business on a podcast like that. But no, I just
too late. Gotta keep
Nah, we gotta be more respectful. Yeah. I ain't about to. It's about this Jets deep dish pizza though. I was kind of being serious. I had it for New Year's, man. It was actually pretty good.
Oh, it hit?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Jets. The one on Harlem. I don't know, like, because they ain't nowhere near you now. But I mean, you know how I go. Every restaurant, depending on the location, which chain you go to, could be hit or miss.
Hey, look, no shade. Why Bianca Belair look like Lil Kim? I know you see me on the video. Why she look like just like her? And that
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hot Take Wrestling Podcast.
Yo! What season is this, bro?
Five time.
Yo, man.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up, y'all? You are back in the season of Hot Take Wrestling Podcast, bro. We ain't gonna keep y'all long. We just gonna do some real hot, retakes, recaps, all the other jazz. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute, and there's a lot of stuff going on in wrestling that we gotta talk about. So stay tuned because we gotta go over that stuff ASAP. My name is Joe Freeline, aka I'm the one tweeting, aka you gotta see Bianca Belair right now on this Raw. You gotta just if you watch Raw for nothing else, just go see what Bianca Belair is wearing right now. All right, she looked like the best Pepto-Bismol pill that I've ever seen in my life. It's amazing. It's fantastic. She looks amazing. Okay.
No disrespect, Tez.
No disrespect, Tez. My bad, bro. She loud.
Who I just found out is actually from Illinois.
Yeah, he's from Chicago. He's a Marine from Chicago.
I didn't know that.
Yes, sir. The man speaking that you're speaking of right now is the great, the conqueror, the one that has put all things together for our good. It is the almighty Old Man Logan. What's up, man?
God damn. Greetings and salutations, people. It definitely has been quite some time. The brothers got a break. I got a break. We feeling rejuvenated, refreshed, and ready to go. Raw has been good the last couple of weeks. It's looking good right now. Shout out to Bianca and Liv Morgan. And we ready to go ahead and get this thing back rolling, y'all.
Bianca almost stole Liv Morgan for real. And my other brother, who's hopefully watching the game, keeping the score. Go Bulls. See red. The aficionado of this here wrestling. The aficionado of this here whiskeys and all things beautiful and delectable. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ken Gardner.
Let me just start off by saying I had to be done with Monday Night Raw a while ago. I still try to keep up, but it's Monday Night Raw is like gas station po' boy sandwiches.
I mean, depending on the time of night, it could be a gas station po' boy or it could be a Baconator. Like,
yeah, because sometimes if you're drunk enough and high enough, Baconators taste like heaven. I don't want to hold nobody.
Oh, Baconators are just overpriced. They're not bad taste wise. I've had better bacon burgers. They're just overpriced.
I think that's just Wendy's period at this point. It's just overpriced.
Because they're big time burgers, big time backs, big time burgers.
Big time burgers. Yo, man. How y'all been with this wrestling stuff? Y'all good in this wrestling stuff? Huh? Y'all good on
man,
it?
I'm going to be completely transparent and honest. While we were on break, I was on break from wrestling.
I watched AEW for the most part. You know, I sound like a stan. We've been accused of being like, diehard AEW fans for whatever reason. Maybe it's just because the two flagship shows, even though one's been out, decades longer than the other. If you compare the two, there's no comparison. Like for me, SmackDown, on the other hand, I won't bury SmackDown. I will say this: as far as WWE is concerned, it's a long awaited to happen. Roman had to get COVID for this to happen, but the rumor is we're getting Lashley and Lesnar at Royal Rumble this year. So I'll say that. That's good.
I want all that.
Let me pose this question, y'all. So, do we want that at the Royal Rumble or do we want that at Mania? Which has, you can't go wrong either way. We finally get a long-awaited confrontation, match, et cetera, if we see one Almighty versus the Beast Incarnate at either one. But for me personally, unless it's going to be what the other rumor is for Mania, a title unification match between Roman Reigns and one Brock Lesnar, I'm kind of thinking I want Bobby versus Brock at Mania, just because Bobby deserves that main event at Mania. The dude, he's been on the tear, man. He had a good championship run. You know what I'm saying? He's been great in the ring since they've been letting him just cook. They stopped giving him those terrible storylines. We're not talking about his sisters on TV. Like he's the Bobby Lashley from Impact Wrestling right now. Well,
fun fact.
Almost. Because that guy had like all the titles at once.
Fun fact, you remember who dressed up in drag as Bobby's sister?
When is the New Day?
No. Anthony Bowens from the Acclaim.
Anthony Bowens.
Yep. But to piggyback off of what Tim was saying, it would make for a bigger match at Mania. It would beef up the card. There's a lot of beef in this ring costs. I know. No, all jokes aside, definitely would. I think it makes more sense. And then because this hasn't been beaten to a dead horse, unlike the Roman and Brock thing, which, it's a 6-year storyline arc that I just don't care for anymore. It just needs to end. I'd much rather see Roman and Drew. Because I thought they could have went Roman and Finn at first until they already did that. But I'm like, if they're not going, I would say Drew. But I need Drew to come back and be like a tweener type thing in terms of his personality. I don't need him with the story time. I'm cool with the sword. I like the sword as much as Joe likes his core water. The core water is a hit, ladies and gentlemen.
Core, we need a sponsor. I'm just saying.
Definitely not this refreshed spring water I'm drinking. We ain't getting no product. More likely actually get a sponsorship from them. But no, anyway. It's better. That core Joe is drinking is definitely better than the core.
We are the core.
Time out. Everybody stop. When did Zelina Vega and Carmella become tag team champions?
So you wait much longer than me, my friend.
I saw that. That's why I told you Monday Night Raw is the butterfly effect. I told you somebody. I told you it's the butterfly effect.
When did this happen? This is stupid.
They're gonna tear us a new one.
No, okay. So here's how they can make that. Here's what they need to do. You already kind of have. You can do this through a triple threat, right? That's how you get the titles off of them. To build towards WrestleMania, put the titles on Sonya and Shayna Baszler. Two legit MMA fighters. One's more experienced than the other, obviously. And who do you have take it off from that WrestleMania? Bianca and Rhea.
Okay. I just want to know what happened. Like, I want to know, like, I don't understand it. I don't get the premise. I don't get it.
It happened on a random Monday Night Raw, I believe. I don't think.
Yeah, it did.
No one likes this. Is terrible. One, Zelina deserves a lot better because she could actually wrestle. She needs to do her character a lot better. This is so stupid. I am angry. This is the dumbest thing I've seen thus far this side of the Mississippi. Anyway, sorry.
Is it worse than the Iconics or no?
No, but the Iconics. Okay, the thing about the
hella entertaining. So I'm not dissing the ladies. I'm just saying, like,
because the Iconics actually wrestling, they're entertaining.
Yeah,
but I think a wise friend of mine said that she's like a personality vacuum, and I'm talking about Carmella. She's just boring. Simply put, she's boring. There's nothing interesting about Carmella.
I'm glad you cleaned that up and said personality vacuum.
I don't think anybody was going there until you went there, sir.
Yep, that was you.
I'm a chauvinist pig. You guys know my mind is dirty. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, Carmella.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. We are not responsible for the thoughts and views of old man Logan as he gives out his content. This does not reflect the Hot Take Wrestling podcast, nor does it take any of the entities of Joe Freeland Incorporated or Ken Gardner and Co. So there's that.
Good cover. Good cleanup. Good cleanup.
No problem. Anyway, yeah, man. But in terms of the Bobby and Brock thing, I would rather see it at Royal Rumble because it'll actually be appreciated there more than at WrestleMania. No one's going to give it the shot it needs to deserve at WrestleMania because whoever Roman wrestles, that's who it's going to end up going to.
I got a theory on that too, guys. Y'all gonna hate it.
And also, I'm going to say something that's really disrespectful. I don't think Roman has COVID. There, I said it. I said it.
I'll say this. As far as if they're gonna present Brock as a babyface and they're gonna give us Brock and Bobby at the Royal Rumble, then WrestleMania, there's only one person I want to see take the title off Brock, and I think he's going to do the job to someone. Walter. If they call him up, I heard he's more willing to move to America now because I know, like I said, we're not airing people's personal lives out there, but it was something that happened that in his personal life. I said, I'm leaving that open for interpretation. Anyway, the rumor is that's why he's more open to moving to America full time now. So, go ahead.
I would think that with what goes on personally, that does affect how they want to be able to move forward. And honestly, with Walter, with being such a great talent, his life is probably where it is, and when it frees up, it seems like an opportunity. So hopefully it works out for him for his good. But I know how hard a lot of things he has going on. So, thoughts, not prayers. Good vibes, Walter. Good vibes.
All right. So this show is called Hot Take, right?
Yes.
I got a hot take for you.
Go with it.
If we don't get title unification match at WrestleMania, we'll get Bobby versus Brock. And since it didn't happen when it was supposed to, we'll get Roman Reigns versus one Bill Goldberg.
I almost left this.
Oh no, man.
Zoom meeting.
He'd be listed on the low for this shit, bro. Why would you say it?
Hey, look. Context clue,
well, at least Roman will finally get 100% pop like they've been dying for him to get before they flip him heel.
Yeah,
there's not a single soul in the building outside of Goldberg's family is going to be rooting for Goldberg. The people that chanting, ain't going to even be no go. You don't want to hear that because WrestleMania has international fans for the most part. Just because it's in Dallas, like it's no different than the Super Bowl. Like people travel for that. And actually, it's probably more so for wrestling than it is the Super Bowl. Like they give like the East Coast crowd reactions basically. So Goldberg gonna get booed out of the building.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man.
You gonna hear tribal. Only people we cheer for Goldberg, maybe the little kids that just don't know no better. They don't know it's scripted. Anybody reading for Skinny Leg Goldberg?
Remember, Goldberg said his feud with Bobby wasn't over, right?
Don't stop this.
He can reemerge. Plus, we sitting there watching Raw. It's on commercial. WWE Shop commercial pops up. Who do we see in the commercial? We see Goldberg.
I'm not renewing my Peacock subscription if they do that. Or if I do, it's not gonna be to watch no WWE content.
No, I'm only saying that.
I'm not saying you wrong. I'm just saying because this is a possibility.
Yeah, I'm just saying that if we don't get unification,
he
looking for the unification.
He listens to this podcast. You know he does. And when it happens, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm calling your punk ass first and threatening you wherever you may be. I'm coming with a paintball gun. I'm getting the gap. I'm getting the blicky with the blicky. I'm coming out there and I'm making things happen on you. I'm gonna light you up with this paintball. Okay? You know he listens to this. You know he does. Because every idea that we say is stupid, what does he do? It's gonna be a great idea. Let's go with it. Run that. Yeah, go run with it. Bruce, do that.
That's why I'm saying it's a hot take. I'm just like, all right, would Vince doesn't want to do a unification. He's on Fox and he's on USA Network, which is NBC. Do they both want to share their champion? Probably not. Do they need to only have one world heavyweight champion? Absolutely. But what's Vince going to do is going to try to appease both of those companies, television companies. And how does he do that? He utilizes one Goldberg for one of them, which is the tribal chief, and he utilizes Big Bobby against Brock.
That's so stupid. Why is this going to be?
The only way we can look. Cut all this talk about, the only time I want to see a unified champion right now in WWE because, give me El Generico on Monday, give me Sami Zayn on Friday.
Yeah. Unification needs to happen, man. Yeah. So
unification should have always been in place, in my opinion, because, the only thing I will say the only benefit of, even though the cream shall rise to the top eventually, I will say this, the only reason I feel like we actually finally got Cesaro on the main event was because of the brand split. I don't think that there was one whole roster that they would have invested in Cesaro getting that match, which was long overdue. He didn't win.
I'm gonna interrupt you briefly and just look right in the camera. Rhea Ripley is so fine. I don't even understand it. It's just like weird how fast she is. All right, I'm going back. Rhea Ripley fine as hell.
So we're off for Thunder now, and it's back to Rhea.
Rhea Ripley. No, we're on Thunder. Thunder stays. All right, Thunder stays. Rhea Ripley's fine as hell.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the one to actually take the high road this season at times. Now, one thing I'd be excited for as far as the other tag team divisions are concerned, I'd be excited because it seems like they're committing to. It looks like they're teasing Seth and KO actually being a team. I'd be down for them versus RK Bro. I think they could steal the show at WrestleMania 38.
I'm good with that. So, Charlie, that's going to be hosting Jackass?
Totally.
I'm good with that, too.
Let's see. I'm just trying to, think of the positives. I'm trying not to be that cynical person. See, the thing is, I'm trying to think with SmackDown, it's like where they go as far as their depth after New Day and Usos. I'm not saying they won't the titles off them. Maybe they'll trade it a few times. But they need a brand. They need to combine those two because there's just no commitment to actually developing tag teams anymore.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
But I think that's because they don't even invest in the tag teams that they actually have that they believe in. It doesn't make sense. Like, I don't understand why, for the life of me, why you're not getting the Viking Raiders more time to really showcase what they can do on TV, or why you're like the Street Profits are on now, but why aren't you putting them in actual matches that are meaningful? Hell, why are you not using like Sid and Shelton at this point? Like they're actually viable too. Like you have the teams and you have the talent, but I mean I don't get it. I don't understand it. It just don't make sense to me anymore. Whatever. And I know because Vince doesn't believe in tag team wrestling. He doesn't believe it at all. But I think the more you develop, the better they become. And I don't want to be I'll be the asshole this season, but it's the truth. The tag team titles are gonna stay on the Usos because he only trusts the Usos, to be honest with you. That's the only team he can trust. You can't trust nobody else. You can't trust the Street Profits because God knows they went a year with the titles and had 2 matches.
Because it pulled them up way too quick. And shouldn't have been off for NXT yet. But we said it already. We're not gonna beat a dead horse.
All right, so Tim threw a hot take out there. Here's one for me, even though I know it's not gonna happen. But I guess we shouldn't be calling it out. You know who's gonna face at WrestleMania 38 for the titles?
Drum roll.
The Briscoes. Yeah, I know it ain't happening. They're going to AEW.
The Briscoes?
If Mr. McMahon, like Joe pointed out, if he cared about tag team wrestling, then that would be great. Doesn't he would have
Reggie. You don't believe in it, yeah.
Yeah, he'd have Reggie and Cesaro team up or some shit.
Seriously, like that would make a buzz. That's what I was saying. Let's call him Reggie.
Reggie do that flippy stuff. Yeah,
call him Reggie. Call him Reggie. Call him
Reggie of Truth. Damn it.
Yeah, right. Like that weird pairing of like Goldust and R-Truth. The Golden Truth. Oh my God.
Like, did anybody else think of McDonald's when they saw Reggie's new outfit, like red and yellow, like really Reggie? Like,
I just can't fuck with Reggie just because, like,
just gonna go with it, Reggie, right?
Yeah, Reggie is
this Ronald McDonald last outfit.
Yeah, I just can't fuck with Reggie in just like a regular sense. Like, I just do not think that Reggie is just a viable piece to the WWE cog at all. I feel like he's just athletic as fuck. Like, I ain't seen Reggie do like one offensive maneuver ever.
He does that.
I feel like Vince was trying to recreate Booker T and Goldust from the Ruthless Aggression era when he put R-Truth with Goldust. Literally, that's what he was trying to do. Because they had that quirky relationship.
Yeah,
the same way they had that like weird relationship. The only thing is, people actually care about Booker T and Goldust as tag team
because they had serious runs. Like, Booker T was a former WCW champion. Like, Goldust was a hell of a wrestler. Like, people remember Goldust versus Razor Ramon, and that feud was
epic.
It was great. There's no other way to say it. Like, that shit was great.
It was great. Goldust at one point had that little Hollywood brawl with Roddy Piper. Like, Goldust start to like towards the fall. Like, his fall was a long fall, but that shit was fire. Everything he was doing, that match he had with Bam Bam Bigelow, that was crazy too.
And bro, this was the mid card.
Right.
The mid card fuse was fire. Like, we're gonna care about Goldust and Booker T. Like, I try not to cross this line because as a podcast, we have to think about these kind of things because we want to get attention to gain more following and more listenership, viewership, etc. So I don't, it's nothing personal, Reggie. Like, it's not a personal attack, but they got you doing some hokey stuff, brother. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
yeah, bro, it's hokey. I'm sorry, yo. And you're actually an athlete, bro. Like, I've actually seen you do stuff at NXT for less, bro. And come on, bro. You're better than that. Oh, by the way, just so we can get this out the way, WWE let go of Toni Storm because she wanted out because she was burned out. Because your schedule is stupid and you keep putting over the same people and you don't give people a chance. Typical WWE shit. Assholes. Sorry. Why is Rick still there? Why?
It's
The money.
I said a while ago, they need to. I can't speak for them. But I feel like they should give them weekends off, except for like obviously if they have a pay per view or something on a Saturday or something. But they definitely should be giving talents these weekends off. Let them, because to me that like you said, that schedule that they get one day off a week basically. They get Wednesday off. I don't really. I mean, it works for some people, but for me, I feel like I know some of those times they can do this, but I'm gonna pull something like I ain't gonna say it's gonna be what time of the year. It don't gotta be the same time. But if I'm a top 10 talent, I'm taking 2 or 3 months off a year,
bruh,
for no reason. Like I don't care where I'm at unless I got the top title on me at the time. But even then, I'm going 2 or 3 months out of the year
because mentally it makes sense. Like the reason, and this is probably going to be a segue into AEW, but I feel like people in AEW are refreshed there. They're like, huh, I can kind of relax.
Because they don't do live events.
Yeah, but honestly, you just feel like that. Because AEW has even said it. They're like, he didn't have to see us as competition because we're just trying to make each show each week better. Because they're competing with themselves, which I like. What the fuck? And when did Montez look like an extra from Snowfall? What is this? What is this? What's he doing? Stupid. Why does he look like that? He got his hair cut like that on purpose?
He grew his hair. He has cornrows.
But he cut it like that on purpose? Like he lined it up like that on purpose? I was on purpose. Your wife approved that? Your wife didn't approve that, Tez. I'm telling you. No disrespect. Respectfully, Tez. I do not like your haircut. Respectfully.
I need to see a close-up of his sleeve because it looks like he have a Samoan sleeve, but he's not obviously Samoan.
No, I don't think it's Samoan. That's not Samoan sleeve.
I think like he's trying to do like the African thing. That's what I'm saying. I need to see.
I think so.
I went off on a tangent there. I apologize.
I'm sorry. I just feel like
he just has cornrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like he got the cornrows that's supposed to like he got what I got, but he didn't shave the sides. It looked like it's like when you get to like make.
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel like he got creative player cornrows, if I can say that, and that's respectfully as I can say.
Oh, he has the R. Kelly cornrows. You remember R. Kelly was putting weave in him? His hair probably isn't long enough.
You know what R. Kelly's favorite ECW pay-per-view was?
What?
Barely Legal.
Oh man, I needed that.
Let's do it. I can feel it.
All right. So while we're on AEW though, so something recent that happened, right? Now it seems like, for the most part, everybody enjoys being over there in AEW. But we did have one Big Swole that just left. She said it's kind of like a lack of diversity, in terms of the people that are in charge over there.
Well, Scorpio Sky is the only recognized Black champion because Ricky Starks, they don't recognize the FCW championship. So out of all the champions out of all the people that have touched championship, well, no, that's not true because Nyla is women's champion.
Well,
I think she's African American and like Native American. So I don't know. Go ahead, Joe.
Leo Rush put out a statement saying that he wants to work exclusively with Tony Khan and a lot of people just to go over the diversity of everything and they learn each other's culture and all that other stuff. Basically, just saying that what Big Swole was feeling was a very well-versed thing, but they're trying to expand upon that and expunge upon it now. If I'm being honest with you about that whole thing with Big Swole, Big Swole is good, but they never, like, after the Britt Baker feud, that was it from Big Swole. Like, she had a feud with Diamante, and they never used her properly. And I don't know why, because Big Swole's awesome. But, I mean, I don't know. I think for the most part, they're absolutely right, because who's in the main event most of the time? Not a lot. It's not a lot of times Scorpio Sky been in the main event. Not a lot of times Hobbs been in the main event. Not a lot of times, who else?
But I will say this too, though. 2 points. Well, actually, I'll let you finish it. I cut you off. Go ahead. I don't remember what I was going to say.
Because honestly, oh God, this is going to be hard for me to say. Okay. Name me three main event tier African-American wrestlers.
On AEW?
Yes.
Not named Scorpio Sky?
Yes.
Let's see. I think Private Party is long overdue a title run. Sure, they still need to have some growing to do initially, but those guys are good. They solid and they're entertaining. I'm gonna say that is one. Hobbs, same deal. He had to grow a little bit. He doesn't really have. Yeah, he doesn't have the.
His dark elevation matches is all right. They're not even.
Yeah. But they're working with him. Like they put him in their match with CM Punk. Like they're trying to develop him. You know what I mean? But Private Party for one. You said not Scorpio Sky. What's my man name? That's with Leo.
Dante Martin.
Yeah, they're using him. They giving him a spotlight because he's definitely a future piece. That they need. You know what I'm saying? That is going to be one of the ones in AEW if he stays there. So he's another one. And then it's like the retort to what Big Swole was saying, though. It's like, look what they're doing with Jade Cargill. Like, they're pushing her to the moon.
I was just about to say she's undefeated.
Yeah, I think she's probably going to win at a Rampage when she faces Ruby Soho.
And honestly, bro, whoever's working with Jade Cargill taught her a lot of shit. Because that match with Thunder Rosa, it was actually good.
It was Kenny.
It's Kenny, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
He's producing most of the women's matches.
It's actually good. Like she's understanding how to tell a story. She's actually being consistent. She's making her opponent look strong because she didn't have to make Thunder Rosa look strong at all. She could have acted like nothing hurt. But she made Thunder Rosa look strong too in that whole match, bro. Yeah. And then I also like the Mercedes Martinez dynamic of that too for some reason. I don't know why. I just like it. I like that part. Like, I like it.
And we'll see Mercedes get pushed, hopefully, the way she should be pushed. She should have got pushed in WWE, but but that's the retort to what she was saying. So I don't necessarily agree with it 100%. I'm not there, obviously, so I can't speak to what goes on behind the scenes. She did, you know what I'm saying, say her and Kenny weren't seeing eye to eye a lot of the time, so maybe that played a role in it too. But just to touch on Jade one more time, like I would love to see like her get trained by Booker T. I think Booker T could push that girl to the moon. Just in terms of teaching her, you know what I mean, that in-ring with her size and agility, like, yeah.
She's smart.
Completely over.
She's so smart, bro. She's so smart the way she can move and how she can adapt to. She's so smart.
And she's came a long way, like you said. Like,
yeah,
from when she debuted to now, like, yeah, it's definitely been a long way.
Like that match wasn't a 5-star match by any standard, but it's a 2.5, 3-star match for someone who's been wrestling for almost a year or two. You know what I'm saying? That's not bad. You know what I mean? Like she's actually like, I'm sorry. We don't need to bring her up right now, but I just thought about someone else who wrestled for less than 2 years and all of a sudden got pushed to the main event and their shit was doo-doo. It's trash. But
what are we talking about?
No, we're not gonna tell her. We won't say her name because she's not even relevant.
Okay.
I will say this: I don't want to see people push just because they meet a quota either, though.
Yeah, I don't want that either. Like when they got Jay Lethal, I thought it was trash that he had to face Sammy Guevara for the TNT title. I was like, because there's no way they're gonna let him win that. I thought that was trash because Jay Lethal is a main event player. He's Jay fucking Lethal. Like he had classics with Cody. He had classics with fucking Kenny. Bro, he's Jay fucking Lethal, and that's why I'm starting to see that. Like with, for example, with Keith Lee, he ain't in no hurry to go over to AEW either. To be honest with you, like Like, what you gonna have against Brian Cage, which is gonna be boring as fuck? No one wants to see that shit. We see that shit beat WG, something fucking annoying. Put him with Brian fucking Cage. I don't want to see that stupid ass shit.
Oh man, he gonna go against the Murder Hawk.
I don't want that either. And I like the Murder Hawk. Like, I like him. I don't want that.
Okay, so what's your ideal Keith Lee match in AEW if he signs there?
Miro.
Yep.
Good one, KG. Good one.
Yep. Because I don't know who Miro is, but this mug is different. He is not Rusev. Rusev is dead. Rusev Day, all that shit. That shit's dead. This Miro character, bro.
The Redeemer.
The Redeemer. Genius, bro. It's brilliant. And it's not even close to anything he did at WWE. That's what the cold part about.
He showed flashes of that. Just a tad. We didn't really get to see that, of course, because he's pigeonholed in a gimmick, but he showed some flashes of it.
Yeah, because Vince don't trust nobody, bro. Like they give Miro small things. Talk about your wife. Talk about you trying to get back in the title, and talk your shit. And he just goes with it.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is epic. That shit is epic. And he can go in the ring too. I apologize that I thought that the Miro Heineman was a good signing, but I didn't realize it was gonna be great. Because honestly, he deserved a push too.
Mm-hmm.
He deserved a push too. Oh, and Daniel Bryan. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Bryan Danielson. Oh my God. That's if he don't win PWI Wrestler of the Year in 2022, it's rigged. I don't care what nobody else says. It's fucking rigged. He's got 2 5-star matches. I'm pushing.
No, I think you had it right at first, bro. I think you had it right at first.
Who's the third one? I said Bryan Danielson had 3 5-star matches at AEW, but I took it back. I said 2.
In terms of what wrestling deserve him, he has 2. But in terms of my personal ratings, I'd say he has 3. Suzuki, Hangman, and Kenny Omega.
Right. That's right. That's right. That's 3. Yeah, man. He's doing goat shit right now, bro. He doing goat shit.
And the one against Eddie was almost 5 stars in my opinion. I would give it 9.5.
The one with Rocky
out of 10.
The one with Rocky.
That was pretty good.
Dude.
The one against Bobby Fish, no, he's had all of it. Even the one against Dustin.
That's pretty good too. Like, he's good.
He hasn't had a bad match for more than 10 minutes. All of them have been anything he's had that's been at least 10 minutes have been at least an 8 for me. Because the one against Anthony Bowens too.
But Anthony
Rampage.
He's been on there, man, since he's been over there.
Anthony Bowens.
Let's go ahead. Sorry.
Anthony Bowens, no, that's good shit. Anthony Bowens is fucking underrated, bro. He's actually fired too. Shit, I forgot about him and Max Caster, the Acclaimed. I forgot about their ass.
See, my thing is this. Everybody can't be pushed at once. And if we're being honest, outside of Scorpio Sky, as a singles competitor, the closest in terms of African American they have to a complete package where he should be getting pushed. If we're talking about, race aside or whatever, Ricky Starks, because he's probably the best talker out of anybody out of the black wrestlers for sure. Probably the best worker outside of maybe Scorpio, if not better than Scorpio. I'm not saying I'll say this. If you say Scorpio's a better worker, Scorpio's not as close to Ricky as a talker as Ricky is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got Dan Lambert Page.
So, and that's the thing I'm saying. Like, you could, I don't know, maybe it's just me trying to take the high road, but I mean, you can say there's a lot of underutilized talents. I would say Ricky Starks is probably the most underrated in AEW. But after Ricky, I'm trying to think. It was somebody that came to mind that I saw and just like, you rarely even see them on TV. Well, Scorpio's up there too. But Ethan Page is up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ethan Page just got a main event match against Cody Rhodes. It's actually a good fucking match. Which, by the way, why the fuck do you have the title again, sir? That's stupid. Why do you have that? That's one thing I don't like. Why do we make Cody Rhodes a 3-time TNT championship?
They're going to flip him.
You can flip any other way than that. That's stupid. I want AEW to fix it. I don't like it.
They're going to flip him. He's probably about to turn.
You see that shirt? Heel.
Yeah, heel babyface winner.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the bro.
I mean,
because it's just
AEW
like
is not perfect, but it's pretty good at where it's at. You know what I'm saying?
I would say,
it's very solid.
Yeah, like it's a very solid alternative to WWE. Like you're always gonna find something to complain about on whether it's AEW, WWE, whoever. Like we all gonna have our favorites, and our favorites aren't always gonna be in the number one spot. But for the most part, I think AEW gets it right. The only thing that I'll say, and this has been my gripe since it's been happening, and I'm not saying Tony's wrong for signing all these people. If he has the ability and the money and they available, hey, I get it. He's signing way too much former WWE talent. Let some of that spread. Like for me personally, I want Keith Lee to go to Impact. I think Impact needs a Keith Lee versus a Moose.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, let's and you can still utilize Keith Lee on AEW if they do their whole contract again, where they utilizing talent from each other's roster, whatever. But yeah, that's me personally. That's what I want to see.
I kind of see where you're coming from, but I think the idea that Tony has behind that though is you don't want too many people that don't have any TV experience or any personality just out there just because they can wrestle, because they have plenty of people that can wrestle. But with that being said, going back to the thing about the African-American talents, not even just them, but if we weren't sticking on the Big Swole thing, outside of Ricky Starks and Max Caster, who's really who out of the black wrestlers, whose charisma is really drawing you to them? To me, at least. Leo, if they give him a little bit more time, I think he could. But, they're just not really doing a lot with him. But
it's just a matter of time. I hopefully, not to cut you off, I hope we get a flash of that Leo when he was with Bobby Lashley in terms of on the mic. Leo's gonna do what Leo gonna do in the ring, but we need to see that Leo on the mic that when he was Bobby Lashley's mouthpiece.
Fucking amazing.
But I mean, in terms of, if I had to rank no specific order in terms of underrated, I say most of my list would probably include a decent amount of minorities. I would say no specific order. So if I probably go like Ricky, like I just said, Ethan and Scorpio, obviously. I say Chris Statlander is up there. She only got one title shot. I think she's pretty underrated, but I'm saying so she's not. I would just say there's underutilized talents of all races. I'll just put it that way. I feel like, because to me, Santana and Ortiz, they're not really doing anything with them.
Yeah, that's stupid. And they got him with Eddie Kingston right now, which is cool. I like Eddie, you know what I mean? But it's like right now the tag titles are with one of the best in-ring performers in there. They need to be wrestling somebody besides FTR and I like FTR. They get the job done, but we need to move on from that. FTR gotta go be the Pinnacle now. Go be the Pinnacle. And then we'll get Santana Ortiz, that'll be awesome. And then also get the Acclaimed in there. Hell, Varsity Blondes is decent. You know what I'm saying? They need a shot too.
Yeah.
Jurassic Express needs a fucking shot. They need a fucking shot like a motherfucker right now.
Care about you. That's just Wednesday. They're doing the rematch with Danielson and Hangman, and then Jurassic Express versus Lucha Brothers.
Man.
For the tag titles. All the titles are going to be on the line this week because they're doing that Battle of the Belts thing. So the titles that are not going to be, and then they're crowning the TBS champion on Wednesday. So Jade and Ruby. So they're loading up this week because Britt's defended against Riho on Saturday. That's special. They're doing Cody's defending the title, TNT title. So basically, any title that's not going to be defended Wednesday is being defended on Saturday, Battle of the Belts. So
I do not like the fact that I just don't like Cody as champion, bro. I just want him to just turn already and get over with. That
I mean, everybody just can't be pushed at once. It's just a matter of fact of life, and maybe that's what Tim's perspective is coming from too. I can't put words in his mouth, but then you get to a point where it's like, because Pac's underrated. You know, he ain't even sniffed a championship match. I don't think. Well, no, that's a lie. He was in a triple threat. I took that back at double or nothing last year. But I'm saying like legit, like stabilized push.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've presented, as much as I like Orange Cassidy, they protected Orange Cassidy more than they arguably protected Pac.
Oh, they protected Orange Cassidy like crazy. And like he's
and I like him, but
in protecting him too, though, they kind of cooled him off.
Because
he was at a fever pitch in that.
Yeah, but I mean,
with KO, you know, Kenny Omega, but after that, it's just kind of like, I mean, now, you know, you correct me if I'm wrong here, but after that, he just kind of, he just went down from there.
I mean, he went over Matt Hardy though, so that's a good enough.
Yeah,
position.
That's like because they're in the gripe where Twink, like the mid card matters too. Like the mid card matters. You know what I'm saying? Like with WWE, where like, you know, like there's like rarities when you have like great mid carders there. Like for example, Damian Priest been wrestling his ass off. He's a staple. He didn't show he can go, and he's keep being these weird. Like, why the fuck is Dolph Ziggler relevant right now with Damian? That don't make no sense to me. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't like it. It's weird. But like for like AEW, like their mid card matters because they know their mid card becomes a main event when someone else is gone. Like Kenny Omega's not around, so who do you use?
Right.
A little bit of everybody. So I don't know. I fucks with it. I like it a lot because me personally, I'm excited about two things in AEW: their mid card and their women's division. Because Anna Jay and Tay Conti versus who was that? The Bunny and Penelope Ford.
Oh yeah,
crazy, just crazy stupid.
4 out of 10. I'm just joking. No, it was. No, it actually really was pretty good. It was probably like their may have been outside of. It may have been my favorite street fight outside of the parking lot brawl between Best Friends and Santana Ortiz, and then that lights out match between Britt and Thunder Rosa. Other than that, I'm trying to think of like a street fight that was better than that from any of street fight matches that AEW say. Well, that's not true because the lights out between Kenny and Moxley. So I would say it's still in the top 5 out of street fights. I'll just say that out of the AEW street fights or no holds barred matches. That was a really good match last week. Oh, it wasn't Bear, it was last week, 3 days ago. But yeah.
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 Rounds because everybody was talking about that match.
I mean, I'll say this too. It's good to see when when a company does care about tag team wrestling, because we're definitely going to get Red Dragon against Young Bucks. I'm sure Joe's probably seen that because I didn't really watch the indies like that. Still really don't. But it'll finally get a big stage. I'm sure they've wrestled before.
We're going to get the Briscoes versus the Young Bucks, which is must-see TV. We're going to get Red Dragon versus the Young Bucks. That's going to be awesome. We're going to get the House of Black with I forgot. I keep saying his name wrong. His name's not Brody Lee. It's something else.
Brody King.
Yep.
Or King Brody.
King. Now, this is one of the two. It's one of the two.
Brody King, I want to say.
That's exciting. Apparently Bray Wyatt might be coming back to Impact. The Braun Strowman thing they did with, well, not Braun Strowman, well, like with EC3 and
Adam Shearer's real name, I believe.
Yeah, after that, like
he's calling himself Titan or something.
Yeah, I like that. I like the control your narrative joint because it's deep. I have the control narrative. Like I like it. I'm a big fan of that. I honestly think that Shane Taylor wherever Shane Taylor decides to go, whether he stays in the Indies or whatever, is going to be a must-see TV Shane Taylor. Because he was must-see TV at Ring of Honor. If now you put him again with Keith Lee, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Don't even look at nothing else. Shane Taylor on either Impact, not really AEW, because Shane Taylor's okay.
Just say Impact or MLW. I mean, that's an option too.
MLW is nice too because they got Hammerstein. Hammerstein's dope. Hammerstein's dope. He's fire.
So I think those would be the two options. Hell, that would be an option for Keith Lee as well. Right. You know, they don't have ROH is gone now. You know what I mean? It's on hiatus. You know, so we'll see if that reemerges or not. But for now, that's gone. So yeah, man.
This dog benched like a goose from the side with his neck. He got his neck shit on the side. He look like a turkey. He look like a fucking turkey. Like he look like a legit. You got the loose skin and shit like this. Oh, best. By the way, Trips, if you're listening, man, tough break, man. Whenever you're ready to start that new wrestling promotion, you know, let your boys know.
Paul Levesque is all elite.
Huh. I'm just waiting to see if Paul Levesque tries to go after ROH.
That would be cool.
He already had a working relationship with them. I mean, he was responsible for, you know, I'm not gonna say the Daniel Bryans or Bryan Danielsons or the CM Punks or any of them coming over, but like the latter guys like El Generico, Kevin Owens, Roddy Strong, and all these people that were already there. Adam Cole, like, you know, he was an integral component of that. So
Austin Aries came over for Triple H.
Yeah,
he wanted nothing to do with WWE. They got with Triple H.
There you go.
And honestly, Austin Aries and well, whatever his name, Adrian, whatever. Pac had one of the best pre-matches in WrestleMania. That match was amazing. That cruiserweight match was amazing. So, yeah. Fellas, what's two things y'all looking forward to this year? Just in terms of wrestling, what's two things you're looking forward to this year as we embark on 2022?
You want to go first, KG?
I'll let you let it simmer.
All right. For me, let's see, man. Let's see. I do want to see. I'm looking forward to the inevitable one-on-one of Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. Finally, it's long overdue. I'm pretty sure we're going to get a way better outcome than any of the Brock versus Goldberg matches. And
yeah, say that. You didn't say any of that. That was fucked up. You didn't say that shit.
It is, but it was just, I'm just being honest here. I think they see eye to eye. The way Brock Lesnar was selling for him at day one just lets you know. You can tell the difference in the guys he like truly respects and wants to help get over in certain scenarios and situations. You know, he does well against the little guys. So like when he fought DB or when he went up against Finn, like he still put him over, but you still had like the instances where he was against Samoa Joe. He put Joe over. Like he sold for Joe. And we got to see that again on Saturday when they had the Fatal 5-Way. So if they do that at Mania or if they do that at the Rumble, I'm looking forward to that match. Let's see. Anything else I could beat? Not really, man. Just more good wrestling. Like, it's a lot of good wrestling out here. It's hard to keep up with it at times. But above all, I'm looking forward to Hot Take Wrestling getting its just due and getting its first ever interview.
About time. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. So I pass it off to y'all. What are y'all looking forward to?
Dakota Kai winning a singles championship. She's long overdue. And Bryan Danielson versus Rey Fenix.
Ring the alarm on that one. Sheesh.
Why you say that? That was rude. Why you say that? You ain't gotta say nothing like that. Why you say that out loud? You could have kept it to yourself. You are not bad. You are not good friend. You are not good friend. Oh.
Wait. Oh. Did Bryan Danielson and Andrade El Idolo have a match when they were in WWE?
They did, but not this. Like, this is a different Bryan Danielson. You even said like they weren't letting him do some of the stuff. Like, you can tell he's more aggressive. Mm-hmm. He's showing the stuff that he showed when he was right, which is why they call him American Dragon again. Like, all this stuff. Like, I saw some of his indie stuff. I didn't even see all of it. I just saw some of his indie stuff. Like that match against like Nigel McGuinness, because I forgot Nigel used to be a wrestler. Mm-hmm. I think he used to be in ROH. Yeah.
Yep. Other people up.
Like, he had a great match. Fun fact, that's where Moxie got his, like, that lariat off the ropes from.
Nigel McGuinness?
Yep. But yeah, nah, it's a different Bryan Danielson.
So that's another one I'm looking forward to after KG said Rey Fenix. Sheesh. That one's going to be...
Yeah, bro, why would you do that? That's very rude. You don't care about anybody but yourself.
After that Rey Fenix and Kenny Omega match.
Yeah, that's probably one of the better matches I've ever seen. The only other one I would compare to that, I'll rephrase, one of the best matches I've ever seen that went around 15 minutes. The only other one I would compare would be Eddie and Ray at Halloween Havoc, like 1997. That went around like 15 minutes or less. Those are probably two of the best matches I've ever seen that went around the 15-minute mark. Because a lot of times you think of those epic all-time matches, a lot of those are pushing between 20 to 30 minutes, if not more.
Can we just give The Miz his flowers? No one expects that to be a good-ass match. And I haven't even watched day one, but I don't want to watch that shit now. That looked like it was actually a decent match. Good shit, Miz. Proud of you. I'm going to bring mine up for WWE and AEW, if you guys don't mind. I'm going to take some time. For AEW, I really want to see the maturation of MJF, because I really feel like he is untouchable. He beat fucking Darby Allin with the headlock. But like the way that he builds on matches, the way that he came at Cincinnati, the whole like, he's like, there's a reason why they call it the Midwest. Because everything that here is mid. You're a Cincinnati resident, made to the World Series since the 90s. Mid. It's like, your barbecue. Mid. He just goes in. The maturation of MJF, for me, which I was just going to say earlier, is what kind of sets him apart from everyone in AEW. Because once you give him that mic, it's only a couple people that can really hang with him. Very few. Small amount. I'm actually excited to see what happens with Hook, because somebody said something that is accurate. He reminds me of Gohan.
Wow.
Right? And I was like, what? It's like, but yeah, man, he reminds me of Gohan or whatever. So I'm excited to see the maturation for that. Other than that, though, matches that are going to come is just, when Kenny Omega comes back, you either get BD or Hangman, or maybe him and Adam Cole, which would actually be decent. And that might be crazy to see the Elite versus Undisputed Era.
Yeah, it definitely should be.
Yep. And then terms of WWE, I want to see what happens when Roman's gone. What happens when you have no Roman? What happens when he has no championship? What are you gonna do with him then? What's gonna happen then? That's what I want to see. I also want to see what happens with just how they go throughout this year in terms of just kind of where they like let like a record number of guys go, and what the goal is going to be. Like who are you going to push now? What's going to happen? Who's next in terms of the, the upper echelon of WWE superstars that we look forward to? Like what's?
I don't know, that youngster Goldberg has a bright future, man.
That what? Who? I hear what you say. What? Wait,
which wrestler built from Atlanta, Georgia has more heat right now? Skinny Leg Goldberg or Cody Rhodes?
Number one, let me explain why I don't like Cody Rhodes as champion. Because I don't need that. I don't need any. We needed Cody Rhodes to be champion when he was about to face Chris Jericho. That's when we needed him to be champion. That ship has passed. It's just like Dolph winning the Intercontinental belt now. It's like, okay, it's good. Fine, but I mean, he was just like up here. Now you put him back down here for me. So now I gotta like him down here. I can't like him up here. Well, I like him down here. It's just different.
Actually,
go ahead, because if you
I'll flip and say, because I know they won't push Walter that fast, and because WrestleMania is 2 nights, give me, for the U.S. title, give me Walter and Finn Balor.
Dear God, if you are listening, please give them 30 minutes for that match. That's all I ask. And you ain't even got to give them no full 60. Give them 30 minutes for that. 30 minutes for that match alone. And that will make me happy.
You ain't got to be for the title, but just those two. I just feel like they want to put a title on Walter if he actually does come over full time to America. But
don't make him talk though. Don't make him talk like that. Like put him, get him together in pieces. The same way the way they did Miro. Get him together in pieces because he can talk, but it's just different. And then I also want to see what happens with the women's division with AEW because I'm excited about that. Other than that, though, guys. Let's get into this season, all right? Before we get out of here, let's give them this season. Let's give them this something they can look forward to that they're salivating over, okay? Guess what's coming back? WCWs, okay? Serenades from the great KG with all types of beautiful things, right? Intros for serenades, highlights, and all types of stuff. Interviews are coming, people, real soon, real fast. Very excited about that.
You're getting some lemon pepper this season.
Lemon pepper, and guess what you get? High Takes. That's right. High Takes is coming back with his own playlist, his own platform, whatever. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be great. Golden Shovel is coming back. Okay? All right? We're going to bring back giving them their flowers.
We're gonna leave Raw alone. We'll try.
We're going to leave the rest of the week. And then we're going to even have a thing I like to call Calvin Days, where we just shit on Calvin all day. It's going to be great. I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. Anyway.
No, they're going to totally want that. They're going to be like, give it to me, like Edge.
Give it to me now.
You know how like this podcast is we know what this is in comparison to how bad we talk about Raw. It's like The Godfather when they shot Sonny. And then like they knew he was dead and they shot him again. That's what people will probably like be thinking when they listen. So I was crapping on Raw.
Hey, y'all go look at Beth Phoenix and tell me I'm not tweaking?
What?
I'm not talking about a married man. Well,
we just talked about Bianca Belair. I just want you to listen.
What? Beth is thick. Beth been thick though. What you mean? Like,
she look at is the hair different? What is it?
It's totally the hair different.
It's
she didn't do the hair like that back in the day.
Ooh, I don't know why I like it now. Come on, Beth.
Inspired by her husband's appearance on that Viking show.
I like that. Oh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. Ooh. Okay, Beth. Okay, Mama Beth.
You see why You see why Mr. Copeland wiped that up, huh?
Auntie Betty.
Auntie Betty.
All right, so guys, before we go, who was your wrestler of the year for 2021?
Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Adam Cole. For me, it's because you go on two different promotions and you get equally great theme music on both. You can't beat that. You can't beat that with a horse. Both his theme songs are fire. Okay, Undisputed Era theme song, fire. Here Comes the Boom, fire. Don't tell me anything otherwise. Damn wrestling. Okay, because he's still hot. He's still just as hot as he was in WWE as he's in AEW. But to go in with two great theme songs, you know how rare that is? The Rock has used the same theme song and just added guitars and his name in different places, okay? He didn't use two different theme songs. It's fucking brilliant. Adam Cole, rest of the year, period. Damn, Mama Beth. I'm gonna myself. I'm gonna talk shit about best things. I'm gonna eat myself. Good day, guys.
Roman Reigns.
Now, do you want to go on a diatribe about Roman's greatness like Mr. Freelon did about?
I thought I kind of went what I was saying, but I could say, yeah, I just feel like the whole tribal chief gimmick, because to me, you need, when I say wrestler of the years, for me, I'm thinking you're like, who's the most valuable type thing. In that aspect, character-wise, you know, whether you think the guy's been carried or not, still a bunch of great matches too. So it's not just all one or the other. For some people, they're great, you know, talkers, or they have a great gimmick. But, you know, they're coming up short when it counts, and vice versa. Sometimes, you know, people can put together these great matches, you know, but there's no personality or nothing that's really intriguing about their gimmick. I guess it kind of goes hand in hand. Or there's nothing really intriguing with their storyline and stuff too. Mm-hmm. Just the whole dynamic every week with Paul Heyman and you know, how he brought Jimmy back to the fold and guilted him into that. You know, you were born first. You know, you the older brother. So let's look out for your younger brother.
Right.
You know, the whole you know, the whole Thanksgiving leftovers. You know, there was a tail in the last year. That was pretty funny too.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement with you there with Roman Reigns. No surprise. It's not a spoiler. It's just, you know, tribal chief, man. What can you say?
Look, man, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go on your rant a little bit.
No, it's no rant needed. KG hit all of the bullet points, man. Like, Roman owned that gimmick. You know, he's been entertaining in that gimmick. And like Kenny said, he's had quality matches. Like, every single feud he's had for the title, even the little short-lived feud with Cesaro, he put Cesaro over. It's just, you know, management is, you know, mishandling that properly with him, Cesaro. But outside of that, yeah, nah, man. You be hard.
All right, let me tell you why Roman is not our wrestler of the year. So that way I can kind of be a little bit difficult before we can get the hell out of here. Roman's not my wrestler of the year is because he could have been wrestler of the year a long time ago if they were trying to be himself.
Yeah, what?
If he was what?
If they would just let him be himself a long time ago. He could have been wrestler of the year eons ago. But it was too many chefs. Like when Adam Cole got to WWE, Adam Cole was a man. He was Adam Cole. He was Adam Cole, bro. When he got to AEW, it was Adam fucking Cole. All right. When Roman got there, he was Roman. When Joe got there, he was Joe Anoa'i. And then he was Roman Reigns. And they had him go down this weird ass journey. Because Roman Reigns right now is just Joe Anoa'i from Georgia Tech football. I'm gonna knock your ass out. I'm gonna win ACC Defensive Player of the Year again. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna do anything to win. I'm gonna be an asshole. That's who he is. He's a cool motherfucker. He's a cool motherfucker. But WWE, not his fault. It's not his fault. You're right. It's not his fault. But still, I knew he was that great. I didn't realize Adam Cole's greatness just transcends bounds amongst his theme songs. They're amazing.
I'm surprised you didn't say Kenny Omega, but
no, Kenny Omega
was number one.
Because Kenny Omega, shit, I don't want to say this out loud. I'm gonna say, fuck that. I feel like Kenny Omega's run was very underwhelming. Like the whole John Moxley match where they had like that thing, that shit was trash. The match was good. But like when the thing blew up and Eddie put himself over John Moxley and nothing fucking happened. And the match, like Kenny Omega's had great matches, but it's just been like very underwhelming. Like just he hasn't been like just I don't know.
And that's kind of due in part to, and this was one of the ones this time you'll hear me kind of knock AEW. Right. It was also more so due to the positioning of what Tony did, because, you know, as great as that match was between him and Ray Phoenix, why are we getting that on Dynamite instead of putting Ray Phoenix in a premier main event spot on a pay-per-view? Like, why is Ray? Like I said, I like the gimmick of Orange Cassidy, but you cannot, to me, one cannot justify putting Orange Cassidy in a World Heavyweight Championship match on a pay-per-view instead of Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, they were both very good matches, but like,
oh yeah, they were, but it's just, you know, because Pac was in that triple threat as well. But it's just to piggyback on what you're saying about it being kind of underwhelming. I kind of wholeheartedly agree, because outside of Christian, you know, did you really feel like Kenny Omega was in danger of losing as well? That's another thing.
No,
he had to present legit challengers. Like I said, Ray Phoenix, he presents like not just being over, but also legit threat to the title. Like everybody knew Orange Cassidy wouldn't walk around with the championship. Pac maybe, but they weren't going to do it just because it just didn't feel right. Like they didn't build up enough momentum. I don't know. I'm trying to think who else is really available. They kind of shot themselves in the foot too, though, by saying, you know, the whole Cody's not going to go after the championship again, because Cody was over as a babyface up until probably like the fall.
Right.
You could have did Cody and Kenny.
That's true.
So that's weird. And plus.
I'll go one step further. Sorry. Another dude that's super over. Just never had a championship match on pay-per-view. If you wanted Kenny's championship match to me more, why didn't Darby get that spot? I would have been down for Darby and Kenny at one of those pay-per-views, because they only do 4. I'm saying, so after you get the titles off Moxley, so I think, was it Revolution? He was already champion.
Right.
I think Revolution was a spot where they did the ring that didn't explode. Then Double or Nothing was a triple threat and All Out. So he had 4 pay-per-views as champion, the 4th when he lost to Hangman. Right. Darby or Ray Phoenix should have been in one of those, and maybe it would have felt more like, you know, special, because, since Kenny was being presented as the heel anyway, you want a babyface over that the crowd's invested enough in that Kenny's not going to be getting cheered.
And I think my reason behind it is just because I've seen Omega in New Japan and just been like, man, that motherfucker's amazing. So seeing him now was just like a more, I would say, just as good, but just not as what's expected. You know what I'm saying? But with Roman, in regards to Roman, one thing I will say is every match that he's had as a champion, it's always been one of those things like, oh shit, Roman could lose it. Because he's told good stories in his matches. He's always told good stories, and that's something he's done a lot better. He's always been good at it, but he's just gotten better at it too. So I'll give you guys that. We can go now whenever you guys are ready. But Adam Cole's still there. Rest of you.
All right, man. Well, we're back.
I'm not gonna say Joe's wrong real quick, only because not always it's about coming out as the victor too, because even though that's his boy, he didn't have to put Kyle over on the way out. He could have been ego tripping and saying, "I want to be a winner" on the way out.
Yeah, sure.
So that. Plus, he ripped Kerry and Costa. He ripped him a new one on the mic. Yeah. That was funny.
That was awesome. Spectacular.
Not that I'm anything against Cross. I'm just you rarely see someone I'm not saying I'm changing my pick here, but I'm just saying you rarely see someone come at someone's head that's supposed to be like the killer base. Like you
know what else?
It's almost like the equivalent when Daniel came at Brock Lesnar's head. People forget about that promo when he said he was the advocate for AJ Styles.
Yeah.
He said how Brock quit and tapped out on a knee bar in Octagon.
Oh shit! It's fucked up. See? No, I was joking. But yeah, man. I think I don't know. I'm excited about wrestling 2022 this year. There's a lot going on. There's a lot coming up. I'm excited about it. So we'll see how it goes. Other than that, though, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Hot Take Wrestling. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Wrestling Take. All these guys' individual social media handles have already come up immediately when they introduce themselves again. Also, at the end of this video, you'll see their handles all over again as well. Please follow us. Also, more wrestling content, more things. We got things coming up. We're excited. We're going to be in the studio real soon. That's right, son. Turn my treble up. Pleasant Bay said it. Turn my treble. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. On that note, peace.
Thanks for listening to the Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. The Hot Take Wrestling Podcast is brought to you by the NMG Network, a division of NMG Enterprises, LLC.